Hey guys, welcome back to Aaron's Hobby Garage. Here's the Team Hoonage two-wheel drive converted Losi 5T. Just wanted to talk a little bit about the build, some things I had to do to make it work, some challenges you might come across if you decide to take on this build. It was pretty straightforward mostly, but one issue I had right away was the adapter not being in stock at Team Hoonage to use the front drive shaft in the rear, so I did a custom. I cut the center shaft down, machined out some steel, put some pins in it, had it welded, painted it up. So I'll have pictures of everything I did along the way, but just wanted to talk it over. There's the exhaust can. So this is a G320 exhaust can. The Stinger originally came out over here, had to change it up here. Couple things if you're going to do that. I know there's some other exhaust pipes that'll work in this truck. I believe the Losi 5B pipes will work. I believe the Dominator pipe, one that comes around the top, will work. So in order to use this can, because now it'll come out wider here, you have to rebend the throttle linkage. Not a big deal there. Secondly, I added this spacer in here, not necessarily for heat, although I'm sure it'll help there, but there's a clearance issue right here at the back of the case. It was pretty tight, so I just added that in there to allow for a little bit more clearance. I would have to say, although this diff case is pretty cool looking, I wouldn't recommend it to anybody. A couple things I've had to do to get this to work. Having some issues with the hole locations on this bolt here and the other side. The spacing's just a little bit off. I had the same issue down here. What I did was just made that from 5 millimeters to 5.5 mil, so these bolts will actually go in straight. The other major issue I had, I'll call it major, it wasn't too big of a deal I guess. I had to put it on the milling machine, but the pocket for the bearing, I needed to take 0.010 of an inch out to get that bearing to sit where it needed to be. So I can't say as though I'd recommend this diff case. This is the Team Hoonage diff case. It's super beefy, super stout, but just the quality control, I don't think it's there, so I can't recommend it. The other issue I had was the Matt Olson design bearings. It didn't fit. I'll show a picture here. So the stock bearings are back in there, unfortunately, but did stiffer springs in the back. This whole kit moves the engine back 3¼ inches, and the gas tank a little bit more than that. It actually moves it closer to the air breather. I want to say about 1/4 inch over the other one. So that leads to another thing you'll have to do with this. On your molded side guards, you have these 4 mounts. There's one that's underneath the gas tank that needs to be removed, and you can only use 3 on this side guard. The only other thing you really need to do is cut the radio tray and separate the front and the rear. I did put the servo brace on here because after you cut the support out here, it was pretty flimsy, so now it has some solid brakes. But yeah, so as long as Lee has the adapters in stock, I mean, the exhaust can I believe you can get from OBR, but I had the stuff here, so had it made up. And of course, you also need a center locker. You're also going to have to trim this side guard for the battery box to come back through. So that's it. Overstock, I ended up saving just shy of 6 pounds of weight. And of course, most of the weight now is in the rear. And just in case you're wondering, I'm running a OBR full mod 30.5 cc with a Walbro 990 and a 6,000 spring. I'm gonna mess around with the springs on it. It's got decent launch. I'd like to see a little bit more out of it. So, of course, finessing 2-wheel drive. This is a video after the run there where it stopped. I actually collided into a pole. But These tires were in decent shape before we started the day, so gonna have to get some on-roads because this thing's gonna just chew through tires otherwise. So, but that's it, guys. It's been a fun build. I look forward to driving it. I've started it up, did some donuts. I'll put that on here, but it's 7 degrees out this morning, so there won't be any driving anytime soon, unfortunately. Come on, spring, let's go. Let's go. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you this spring. We'll get the Losi 5T two-wheel drive out. I also did the Losi 5 monster truck build. And then my son got his X-Max this year, so we'll get some driving videos out there soon enough. We'll see you later.